No way. Be high. Be high. No way. By reminder. This book message is direct transcript from the realm of invisible spirit, light of unnamable, terms and entities mostly unknown to human beings. No angel has recited this book, so the message is still direct, but transcript was done by reminder. Words do not directly penetrate there, and also he had no choice. The success in this case depends of reminder's ability to use what is already known in order to show or dress up what was meant to be revealed, actually from the beginning, namely one's situation in all. This event has taken place only because of will of invisible spirit, gravity of deficiency, and humor of reminder's presence. English tongue here is used solely as means of communication and not as linguistic marvel. Its purpose here is to show open-end sensations and possibilities of states unknown by using already appropriated terms and a bit worn out images of overused language without trying to be exceedingly poetic. In the way of prologue, message from the grey metropolis of vacuum. I guess one could say that I'm crazy, but it takes one to see one. After all, it is better to keep all of this as fiction for over-suggestive minds. But really, it is not. You can call me an intruder, but really, I have no name. My state of being would be best described as the reflection of a mirror in the mirror. The rest is accidental for us. Yes, there are already many of us here, but the number of intruders here, or anywhere else for that matter, cannot be expressed in figures. I know that is hard to understand, but that is how exactly it is. We don't use words or language or images. Where we come from, it's hard to explain, or rather impossible in terms of here. Space and time does not reach there. We are not sent here, nor did we come here of our own free will. We come. We use openings, like water that goes there where it's the lowest. That is in human minds. We occupy a precise place in our host's consciousness which human intellect by itself cannot reach. So, for the most part, our hosts are blissfully unaware of our presence. For the most part. After a while, some of them do. They become aware of intruders themselves. Any intruder can travel for a few hours in anyone's mind anywhere. Then he has to return to his host. The process is unstoppable. We don't want anything from you, nor are we interested in anything you have. But we are here. We are here for your benefit. So, what you hear now is one of my hosts trying to describe sensations in his head while not being really aware yet of where these thoughts and words come from. But they come from me, intruder. Glory to Unnamable. Have mercy on your servants. Part 1. No Way, Be High is a book for children who have thought of themselves as grown-ups. It's meant for children who want to fully remove themselves from darkness of authority and subsequent death. And that includes a reminder as well. Triumph to invisible light. This world is forever sustained lies, and this never-ending story covers your parents, teachers, gurus, countries, religion, history, science, friends, and finally, you. And after, you name it, choice is given only to children. All lies have a bit of truth in it, otherwise it wouldn't be even a lie. Lies are thorn bushes of darkness airing under the sun. Without spirit, humanity will cease to exist. The search for utter materialistic security will destroy those who search for it. Despise all what brings about darkness in the name of order. Logic belongs to matter. Aborted reason is matter's substance. Matter is poor in essence. If you forgot where you are for more than 15 minutes, then that place will swallow you. Indifference is prolonged cancer. Cancer is a result of illness of soul. Denying that which is undeniable is the root of all people's troubles. Neither Satanas, demon of darkness, his 1,000 names, nor his cronies, authorities, can enter established health. Otherwise, those in the middle, watch out. Authority's power over you is proven, for example, by the existence of high priests and doctors and all who promise to make you well. Second rule of authorities: we will make you sick and then we'll cure you. First rule of authorities: be thankful for that, because you are born guilty before authority. Perpetual enslavement by any means is authority's Food Incorporated logo. Be normal. Act normal. Only a person who is free from death curse of God of evil can say to life, yes, yes, yes. For the rest, there is only no or no God. Life and death, as you know, is grand deception. To convince slave of whatsoever that he is free, and free man that he is slave, is steady, ready illumination. Work for the sake of work is vice. All that is written here is written for protection. First of all, for reminder who is writing this. Staying out of rain means never going out. In order to take it in, you have to let it out first. Glory is to thoughts that originate outside the world. Poor are those who see others as poor. There is no rich person who is healthy. It's totally forgotten that before all, shadow, chaos, darkness, authorities, angels, etc., there was I. If you could solve the riddle of who you are, you would know what's meant by I. I and I is all there is in I. Only destroyers are worried about destruction. It's impossible to see the world as such. It is impossible to see satellites either. Corruption makes you blind. Blind belief makes you old or modern. Blind belief makes you think that you see or feel things you actually have never really seen or felt properly. It's religion of spirit of matter. have no part in others' disease. It came from otherness. Compassion, as you know it, is Iblis' invention. So it's the opposite. Truth and lies exist simultaneously. At the end, all vanity, including the religious one, will be revealed. You cannot die or not die, so don't try. That's where all misuse of speech began. Speech exists only for meaning. Death is jealousy of foul spirit of matter. Envy is that which is not me. Follow me, it means to live. Who is me? It means to ponder. Life is more than this universe. Identity cannot come from the materialistic world. You just fear and nothing else. To stop fearing is to die, and that's the only actual death. Depression arises only from stamped out unrealized potential. Amount of troubles as you see it is over self-indulgence. The self is installed, safety grid and mind, in your body by the dark authorities. From you're supposed to be makers. To give up what you are not is the only revolution. War is collective self-non-realization. War is otherness. War is caprice. Otherness only exists through another. The unknown is the only basis for reality. Non-reality is where you are. Or more precisely, where you think you are. It's not true, but real. Dreams are proof of that. You cannot beat illusions, only overcome them. The proof of truth is that something no longer interests you. Any truth which is in need of being proven is no longer that. This world has one purpose only, for us. Victory of spirit over darkness. Be high. The light of spirit has no need for soul. Soul is just a ladder emerging out of the swamp in order to reach the light. Light isn't what you imagine it to be. It is real. Doubt isn't a state, just as swamp isn't water, though it's in there. Truth isn't extreme. Only the lies that desperately parade themselves as truth. Ignorance comes from spiritual laziness. Proof? Industrial Revolution. You cannot be overlord over your own self. You can only be. All that happens besides here now is a deviation from being. Only in laziness can horror take over as a solid image. The mirror is proof that for your eyes, the Satan and God are almost the same. The reverse is barely recognizable. Those who do not concern themselves with what's written here are servants of shadow. It doesn't matter how precise their gaze may be. The sword is straight, but it's an attribute of chaos. You cannot change anything. You can only dislodge the point of attention. Murder makes one sharp for a moment, and leading up to it makes even the dullest of minds sharper. Good cannot result from evil. Only the darkies are in need of any sort of desperado hope. This universe is purely ethical for you. Survival by any means is disbelief and savagery. No survivors have survived. So here, stop lying and you will stop dying. The human church, in the form of diluted Jesus in golden robe, for example, is as dated as movies, theater, etc. Gold, property, and church is the same attributes of authority. The church hasn't changed anything, nor ever will. Its basic point is to prolong the eon of dark authorities. Saints have been recognized in this world, but their essence has not been revealed. If you drink the essence of vinegar, you will burn from the inside. Never forget it. As long as you attribute essence to something other than mercy, you are in danger. The will can be only aligned with the unnamable, as a cloud is aligned with the sky, or you serve the evil one. Sky is matter, as is the vacuum, as is light, as is sun. The light mentioned here is something different altogether. It doesn't need eyes or imagination. Don't try to be as smart as fart is to art. It's only seeing and not you. Nothing is of value in this world. It only comes from the outside. Darkness will always pull everything into itself. As casino promises you riches, nature's root is mixed with darkness. So you are in a constant fight with your true nature. We have no purpose here. The purpose lies outside the world. That is outside the dominion of evil. Heaviness of mind is the pull of roots of darkness. Everything here resembles something from there, which we have no knowledge of. No one real would want to be here. Be real. So all you can do is the unnamable's will, or surrender to darkness. That is oblivion. If suffering would cease, we wouldn't remember for an instant the eons of terrible suffering which seem beyond our strength. Bitter evil belongs to Satan, etc. But it comes out from people, and at the end, it's they who are solely accountable. Ignorance is no excuse. Except for Christ, all who have claimed true knowledge and prophethood have had to make deals with demon of darkness. Unnamable is in darkness. Invisible light cannot be its own shadow. To think that something other than unnamable is eternal is limited. The universe can disappear in a moment. It just has to be that moment. You cannot know the universe if you don't know yourself. After all, it's you who sees it. The universe doesn't see you. The same is for nature. Nature as a whole is blind in one eye, and the other one you don't want to see. Whatever is created by Mother, real, symbolic, or literary, is imperfect. Causality only exists in poverty. Strife only exists in poverty. All can be all at the same time, including time. Everything exists in relativity, except for unnamable. Source is neither light nor darkness. Source has no source. That's why all is right next to you. It's you who's far from everything. Darkness is invisible and unreal. What you perceive as darkness is just an image. Darkness is something different altogether. The truth of darkness and the gradual formation of the universe in your mind is simply unbearable. That's why you cannot remember it, but it's there. Your mind is everywhere, but you aren't. So you are in constant conflict till one frees itself from the other. There are those who have developed higher through material things, and there are those who witness matter. What a miracle in both cases! But they seldom understand each other. There always will be those who are deniers of you because of exclusive previous versions installed in them and similarity of credence, which do not fit their goals. What else is new? Be high.